Bremen Town Musicians. For many years, a certain donkey had carried heavy sacks of grain to the mill for his master. But now he was no longer strong enough to work, and his master wanted to get rid of him. So the donkey ran away. He thought he would go to the town of Bremen and become a musician. Along the road, he met a hound who was panting as if he had been running all day. "Why are you so tired?" asked the donkey. The dog replied, "I am very old, and I grow weaker with each passing day. Now I cannot even keep up with the other hounds, and my master does not want me anymore. So I have run away. But I don't know how I will earn a living." "Come with me," said the donkey. "I am off to Bremen to be a town musician. I will play the lute, and you can beat the drums." The dog agreed, and they went down the road together. They had not gone very far when they came to a cat who looked very sad. "What seems to be the trouble?" asked the donkey. "I am so old that my teeth are no longer sharp," replied the cat. "I would rather sleep by the fire than chase after mice. But my mistress does not want me around, so I have run away. And now I don't know what I will do with myself." "Come with us to Bremen," suggested the donkey. "We are going to be town musicians, and you can do the singing." So the cat joined the dog and the donkey, and they went down the road toward Bremen. Before long, they came to a rooster who was sitting on a gate and crowing as loudly as he could. "Your crowing is so loud that it goes right through my bones," said the donkey. "Is anything wrong?" "There certainly is," answered the rooster. "My mistress has ordered the cook to make me into soup, so I am crowing with all my might while I still can." "Why not come with us to Bremen?" asked the donkey. "Your voice is loud enough, and it should go well with our music." The rooster agreed, and the four went on down the road together. But Bremen was a long way off. When night fell, they had reached a forest where they decided to spend the night. The donkey and the dog made themselves comfortable under a big tree, and the cat climbed up into the branches. The rooster flew all the way to the top, where he felt safest. Before he shut his eyes, the rooster looked all around him, north, south, east, and west. Suddenly, he saw a light shining in the distance. "There must be a house not far from here," he called down to his friends. "Why don't we go and spend the night there?" So they set off toward the light, which seemed to grow brighter as they drew closer. Finally, they arrived at a robber's house, which was well lighted. The donkey, who was the tallest, peeked in the window. "What do you see?" asked the dog. "I see a large table with plenty of food and drink," replied the donkey. "And there are several robbers sitting around it, having a feast." "A feast is just what we need," said the rooster. "Indeed it is," agreed the donkey. Then they all began discussing how they might get the robbers out of the house. Finally, they agreed upon a plan. The donkey would put his front feet on the windowsill, and the dog would stand on his back. Then the cat would climb up on top of the dog, and the rooster would fly up and stand on the cat's head. When they had all taken their places, they began making their music. The donkey brayed, the dog howled, the cat meowed, and the rooster crowed. Then they crashed through the window into the room, making a dreadful racket. The robbers thought a goblin was after them, and they fled into the woods in terror. Then the four companions sat down at the table and feasted as if they had not seen food for weeks. When they could eat no more, they put out all the lights and went to bed. Each one found a sleeping place that was just right for him. The donkey lay outside on some straw. The dog lay down behind the door. The cat curled up by the fireplace, and the rooster flew up and perched in the rafters. Soon they were all sleeping soundly. Toward midnight, the robbers came back out of the forest and stood watching the house from a distance. "It looks peaceful enough now," said the leader. "We were foolish to have been so easily frightened." Then he told one of the robbers to go and search the house and report back to him. The robber crept up to the house and slipped inside. It was quiet and very dark, except for two glowing coals by the fireplace. The coals were really the cat's fiery eyes, but the robber did not know this. He took a match from his pocket and reached out to light it in the coals. Just then, the cat sprang at him, spitting and scratching. Terrified, the robber ran out the back door, but the dog bit him on the leg. Then he fled through the yard, but the donkey gave him a mighty kick with his hind feet. All the noise awakened the rooster, who cried, "Cock-a-doodle-doo! from the top of the house. When the robber got back to his leader, he said, "In the house is a horrible witch who breathed in my face and scratched me with her long nails. Near the door is an evil man with a knife who stabbed me in the leg. Outside, there lies a shadowy monster who beat me with a huge club. And on the roof is a cruel judge who kept screaming, 'Bring that robber here!' So I fled from the place and was lucky to escape with my life." From that time on, the robbers never went near the house again. And the 4 Bremen town musicians liked it so much that they stayed there for the rest of their days.